Scream 6 is out in theaters now, guys, and are you going to go out and see it? I recommend that you do. I really enjoyed it. Scream 6 comes in just over 2 hours, just under, like 2 hours and 3 minutes. But the synopsis reads, the next installment, the survivors of the ghost face killings leave Woodsboro behind and start fresh in a new chapter in New York City. Well, yeah, we saw from the trailers that this takes place in New York City. They're pretty much making you aware right up off the bat that, yeah, this is New York for sure. And the movie does a good job of laying out the landscape there, showcasing some aspects of New York City. Now, we know that Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega return in this, but we also have Gale Weathers, Courtney Cox coming back in this. But we got some new players in there as well. That the new cast does fairly good in this. Of course, Kirby comes back. You know, everybody who knows me knows that Kirby's one of my favorite because, yeah, and it's really cool how she works in. Now, I'm not going to spoil anything here, guys. So I'm not going to explain what these characters are in there. It just other than what we kind of learned from like the synopsis of the trailers and such, right? Jasmine Savoy Brown and Mason Gooding were back in this. They were the two twins that survived from Scream 5. That we just watched the other day too here on the channel. I recommend that you go check that out. Mason Gooding, he was a real standout in this one. He was kind of just like that jock type in the fifth one, right? He was kind of meh, but he does a few things in this movie where it's kind of like, not only do I like you as an actor, but I like you as a character in this movie. I like what they did with his character in this. Jasmine Savoy Brown as the Randy kind of knowledge expert of how the movies work. Some of her acting was a little meh, but that's okay. You're watching it because you like to watch these characters on screen, right? The new cast, Jack Champion, he was Spider in, wasn't he? Is that who he was in the Avatar movies? Or am I thinking that wrong? Josh Segura, Liana Liberato. Yeah, the new cast, Dermot Mulroney plays a cop there in the city. You're going to be expecting him to pick up like the Dewey role? Not necessarily, but the new cast does fit in, and it's just kind of like, I don't want to spoil too much talking about them because it's just, they play into that. They play into, oh, is it going to be that character? Oh, it's definitely that character. And it does a good job of putting up these red herrings and setting up your expectations and subverting them. Scream 6 does a great job of subverting expectations, and it should be a masterclass on how you do that, Rian Johnson. Yeah. I just want to confirm that this Jack Champion was Spider in the Avatar movies, and yes, that was. He is going to be Spider in the Avatar movies. So he's in Scream 6. Very intriguing cast, and the runtime goes by like that. Each Scream movie, as we've been watching them leading up to this, has had like an opening scene in it, right? That kind of establishes us in this universe and sets the tone. Scream 6 opening scene has got to be probably, well, nothing beats the opening scene with Drew Barrymore, but this one establishes right up off the bat that they're doing something different here. They're changing things up, and they do something in it where it's just like, okay, well, you are really doing something different here. I want to see where this goes. And then it's just kind of like hooks you in, and it's just kind of like, yeah. I saw it last night in the Thursday night previews, a fan event where they gave us a poster. That's kind of a cool poster, right? It's got like the stab movies here on the side, on the billboards and stuff. So, yeah. I got that. That was kind of cool. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to have a fan event, but if you get a chance, hey, little side things like that makes it pretty cool in my books. Let's go over to the tomato meter and see what people said and see if I agree with them. As of right now, 11 a.m. on Friday morning, 79% by the critics, 93% by the audience. Yeah, and the audience is going to like this a lot more because you got the horror fans, you got the Scream fans, you got the Jenna Ortega fans. So it's going to be like a grouping of people coming out to see this movie. So let's just see what some of the snapshot reviews are and see if I agree with them. Let's take a look at a good one here from Minneapolis Star Tribune. Scream 6 cycles through nearly the entire cast as possibilities for whodunit. But when we finally know it, the solution is both improbable and entertaining. Improbable? Improbable? Is that spoilerish? I don't know. But the reveal, they're driving towards something, and you're like, okay, we have all these fan theories online and stuff. Could it possibly be this? They told us that certain things were not going to happen in this, but were they just lying? And it's kind of like, are they going to do it? Are they going to do it? Oh my God. Oh my God. That's what you're going to get with Scream 6. And you're going to find that it's just overall a fun ride. Okay. Let's take a look at some of the bad reviews, negative reviews here from the Wall Street Journal. With its ho-hum script and flat direction, Scream 6 seems to exist only to fulfill a grim corporate duty. What? So he's talking about business behind the scenes and stuff like that. No, get out of here with that. Let's take a look at another bad review here from Art House Film. Set in New York City, Scream 6 fails to make a brand new start of it. No, it doesn't. Guys, as I said, Jenna Ortega and Melissa Barrera, you know that from the last movie, it was established that they kind of like, they're the new main characters. They passed the torch successfully, I felt, from Sidney Prescott to them. And Melissa Barrera in this, as the older sister there, wow. She does a couple of really cool stuff in this. Because if you know her past and you know her lineage, they play into that. And as I said here, this guy, he does some very interesting stuff in there. I dug it. And Jenna Ortega, yeah, there's a couple scenes with her in there where there's like some drama. And you can tell that she's just on that level, different level of acting. She's got it. Kirby's back in this, and they explain what you need to know on how Kirby's back in this and why she's back in this. Really cool explanations for that. They don't leave anything unturned. Let's just say that they explain everything in here. So, guys, without spoiling too much more about it, go out and enjoy it if you can. Now, that's what I say. The rankings on the tomato meter, don't worry too much about the critics right now. Pay attention to the audience score, I would say. Scream 6, for me, I would probably give this movie right now, because I want to go out and see it again. And it's rare that a movie does that to me, because it's got a rewatchability factor in there where you're just kind of like, okay, now I want to go back and see it again because I want to see if they did this properly, kind of thing, right? A little bit like the early Shyamalan movies where you're like, okay, now that we know certain things, I want to go back in and see what happened. And it's brutal. It's very brutal. The brutality in this is shocking. If you thought The Knife in the Throat and the fifth one was really gory, it's going to be kind of like that, guys. Yeah, they weren't lying about that. And pay attention tomorrow here on the channel Mirror Domains, because we will be talking about spoilers tomorrow. I want to give people a day or so to go out and check this out, and I'll post my spoilers for this tomorrow. So come join us here on the channel Mirror Domains, and if you look in the community tab, you can see our weekly schedule posted there. So on the Horror Weekly at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning, we'll be talking about Scream 6 spoilers, full tilt. Come join us and let me know what you thought about Scream 6. There's a thumbs up in my book. I give it an 8 out of 10. There you go. An 8 out of 10 for Scream 6, man. I want to go back and check it out for sure. Is there a post-credit scene? One last question there. Hey, do you need to stick around? Does it have a post-credit scene? Yes, it does. Is it anything major that sets up the next movie? Well, I don't even want to spoil that for you guys, but there is one. So think about Captain America. That's my only clue. There you go. Scream 6. Go check that one out. You're watching Mirror Domains. I'll see you next time. Yeah, good movie, man. Great movie. It's a worthy installment of the franchise for sure. Worthy 100%. I want to watch. I want to watch it again. I mean, what they do with Kirby too. Hayden Panettiere, phenomenal, very phenomenal. It's really cool too how they worked her into. Uh, because you're just like, how did she survive? How did she survive? Don't worry, they explain it. They explain it full out, and that's not spoiling anything. Um, it's just one of those movies that's kind of like, yeah, cool, man. All right.